Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into some eye-opening facts about climate change that you might not know. The Earth, our home, this blue planet teeming with life, is at a crossroads. The very delicate balance that has sustained life for millennia is being challenged as never before. Join me, Hector Chavez, as we explore the science and the consequences of this global phenomenon and discover the urgent need for action. Our journey into the heart of climate change begins with a sobering observation. The Earth's temperature is rising at an alarming rate. Over the past century, the average global temperature has increased by approximately 1 degree Celsius. This may seem like a small change, but it's having a profound impact on our planet. The increased heat is disrupting weather patterns, leading to more frequent and intense heat waves, droughts, and wildfires. Glaciers and ice caps, once eternal sentinels of the polar regions, are melting at an unprecedented rate, contributing to rising sea levels and threatening coastal communities worldwide. The polar regions, home to majestic ice caps and glaciers, are on the front lines of climate change. These frozen reservoirs, holding vast amounts of fresh water, are melting at an alarming rate, pouring billions of tons of water into the oceans each year. As the ice melts, sea levels rise, threatening to inundate low-lying coastal areas and displace millions of people. The loss of ice also disrupts delicate ecosystems, endangering iconic species like polar bears, seals, and penguins that rely on the ice for their survival. The oceans, covering over 70% of our planet's surface, are not immune to the impacts of climate change. As carbon dioxide levels rise in the atmosphere, a significant portion is absorbed by the oceans. This process, known as ocean acidification, is altering the delicate chemical balance of seawater, making it more acidic. The increased acidity poses a serious threat to marine life, particularly organisms with calcium carbonate shells and skeletons, such as corals, shellfish, and plankton. These organisms form the foundation of marine ecosystems, and their decline could have cascading effects throughout the food web. Chapter 4. When weather turns violent. Climate change is not just about gradual changes in temperature, it's also fueling more extreme weather events. Hurricanes, cyclones, and typhoons, once relatively rare occurrences, are becoming more frequent and intense, fueled by warmer ocean temperatures. These storms bring with them high winds, torrential rainfall, and storm surges, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. Droughts, on the other hand, are becoming more severe and prolonged in many parts of the world, leading to crop failures, water shortages, and increased risk of wildfires. Chapter 5. The Vanishing Forests. Forests, often referred to as the lungs of the planet, play a vital role in regulating Earth's climate. They absorb vast amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through photosynthesis, helping to mitigate the effects of greenhouse gas emissions. However, deforestation driven by agriculture, logging, and mining is clearing forests at an alarming rate, releasing stored carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere and exacerbating climate change. The loss of forests also has devastating consequences for biodiversity, as countless species lose their habitats and face an uncertain future. Chapter 6. The Invisible Threat. At the heart of climate change lies the greenhouse effect, a natural process that keeps our planet warm enough to support life. However, human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas, have released massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, trapping more heat and causing Earth's temperature to rise. Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases are among the most significant greenhouse gases contributing to global warming. These gases act like a blanket around the Earth, trapping heat and disrupting the planet's energy balance. Chapter 7. A World in Peril. The impacts of climate change are felt far and wide, affecting countless species and ecosystems across the globe. Polar bears, iconic symbols of the Arctic, are struggling to survive as the ice they rely on for hunting and breeding melts away. Coral reefs, vibrant underwater cities teeming with life, are bleaching and dying as ocean temperatures rise and acidity increases. Migratory birds, their journeys timed to the seasons, are facing mismatches between their arrival and the availability of food and nesting sites. These are just a few examples of the countless species facing an uncertain future as climate change disrupts their habitats and disrupts the delicate balance of nature. Chapter 8. A silent threat to humanity. Climate change is not just an environmental issue, it's also a profound public health threat. The World Health Organization has identified climate change as the greatest threat to human health in the 21st century. Rising temperatures increase the frequency and intensity of heat waves, putting vulnerable populations, such as the elderly and those with pre-existing health conditions, at increased risk of heat stroke and other heat-related illnesses. Changes in precipitation patterns can lead to water scarcity, increasing the risk of waterborne diseases. Climate change can also exacerbate air pollution, leading to respiratory problems and other health issues. Chapter 9. A brighter future. Despite the challenges we face, there is hope. The transition to a clean energy future is essential for mitigating climate change and securing a sustainable future for generations to come. Renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal offer clean, sustainable alternatives to fossil fuels. Investing in energy efficiency measures such as improving building insulation and developing more fuel-efficient vehicles can significantly reduce energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. Chapter 10. A global call for action. Addressing climate change requires a global effort, with countries around the world working together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to the impacts that are already being felt. The Paris Agreement, adopted in 2015, is a landmark international agreement aimed at limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The agreement brings together nations in a common cause to combat climate change, with each country setting its own targets for reducing emissions. Outro: our shared responsibility. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. The future of our planet depends on the choices we make today. By understanding the science of climate change, embracing sustainable practices, and advocating for change, we can create a brighter future for generations to come. Let's work together to make a difference.